So I promised you guys that I would take you along today. I wasn't allowed to bring my camera. I used my phone and it's just a technical difficulty kind of night, so I did happen to snap this great shot of the side of the wall for you guys though today. So I'm going to share that now. Hey guys, so I am actually using my iPad right now. It's just a lot more work right now to use the camera I just got. That's why I keep looking up, thinking my camera's over there. And I really hate iMovie, especially on my computer. So I am going to be buying, I think it's called Filmora, because I did do the trial and I loved it. But I didn't want to pay for it, and I just hate iMovie. I'm sorry, Mac and Apple, but it sucks on your computer. So, the video I uploaded yesterday wasn't even the one that was supposed to be uploaded, but it took so many hours that I just didn't even care at that point. So, I'm back to using the iPad, at least until my next video. Just because I have a lot in my head right now. I had a really long day, and I promised I would update everyone, so I am going to do that now. So a lot of people know that I had been planning since, I think it was last Monday's, kind of neck scare video, that I was being pushed in as an urgent appointment for a neurosurgeon. That appointment did happen today. We got there. It was at Jefferson, so I'm not even sure if I said Jefferson or Temple or I don't know where. Sorry if I gave you guys the wrong, inaccurate information. It was definitely Jefferson. So we took the train in. I'm not really a fan of trains. I get sick very easily, and I'm not even going to say it on here. There's just a lot of disgusting stuff on trains, and I don't like all the germs and all of that stuff. So, anyway, on to that. Surpassed that part. We get into the office. We ended up being an hour early, and we ended up waiting an hour and a half to be seen. But it's whatever. I mean, I can understand why there was an issue. So, we got in. We saw the nurse. She read over my stuff, did a neurological test, talked to the doctor. I love my doctor. He is great. He's extremely smart. He knows what he's doing. There were a few neck specialists that I have seen that have looked at these results and have just brushed them under the table and told me I'd be fine. Go get some injections, you'll be great. So to those doctors, I really hope you're not dealing with patients like me, because if you are, you could be harming someone's life. This doctor knew about Ehlers-Danlos. He knew about my Klippel file. I had gotten these tests done prior, in case anyone was wondering how he kind of knew about that stuff. Just because of the neck pain that's been going on since September. So I really need to stop looking up there. So he looked at the results, he came in, he told us about the Klippel file. He kind of questioned, since I have been, I don't want to say sick, but a pretty needy baby with medical since birth, that I've been in CHOP. He was questioning why this brain issue was never found when the Klippel file was found, because apparently they seem to go hand in hand, basically. So that's a little bit of a question as to why such a big world-known hospital wouldn't tell someone when they saw it. We are requesting all of those records to see and compare. Not that we want to get anyone in trouble, but we really want to see if there was any progression or change, or if it was just something that no one told us about. Sorry, I'm getting sick too. He said that in their defense, they normally won't tell parents, and especially I was young when I got all these testing things done at CHOP, unless there's an issue or there's symptoms. So it was confirmed today that there was 4 new diagnoses. Diagnoses? I don't know. I do have, and I'm going to say it wrong again, the Chiari malformation. It's significant enough where I am positively going to need surgery on that alone. It is something that he said can be considered a common surgery, but the problem is my specific case. So that was what we were worried about going into this. Because I do have the Klippel-Feil and the fused version, which is Klippel-Feil, and the spinal stenosis, which is the pinched nerves, it puts me at a much higher risk for something going wrong, me becoming paralyzed, me becoming unable to take care of myself, a life or death situation, possible death. Like, there's a lot more risks. It's much more amplified than just going in and removing. So basically what they do for this malformation is they remove a part of the skull. And that allows the brain and the stem cell and the cerebellum and all of this stuff that is happening to have space to move around. I'm really not that knowledgeable in the brain quite yet, but I will soon be. That was problem number 1. That's not the biggest thing. We also found that my neck vertebrae, unfortunately, we know that they are fused. We only knew that one section was fused, so C4 through 7. Now we are finding that C1 and 2 are fused, and they're being pushed up into my brain, which no one told me about, even though they've seen these results, and it's a little bit frustrating. I do have 3 other names. I do have the cervical, trying to think of the specific name. I have them written down, but they're in my mom's car, and a lot of people are asking me what's going on, so I'm going to post this video. I will probably post the video with the names of these specific things. I don't want to say them if they're not right. Oh, it's cranial cervical instability. We did confirm that I also have that. There are 2 other names that I've never even heard of that were confirmed as well. The spinal stenosis, when he does the malformation surgery, he's going to kind of help that situation. As for the other issues, those are much more invasive surgeries. The malformation procedure, I would typically be in the hospital a couple of days. These other issues, which is going to take a lot of decision making and a lot more tests. Unfortunately, that could leave me in the hospital for about a month, if not longer, give or take, on results and how my body reacts, and there would be a lot more stuff going on. Now we're talking about 3 different types of surgeries. They wouldn't be different. They would all be happening around the same time, because it would just be a lot on everyone and me and healing. I'd rather just knock them all out at the same time and get it over with, and just be in recovery and recover from it all at the same time. So with one of the procedures, I would be having a really large amount of screws put into my neck to basically fuse my whole neck. With that comes a decision on if I'm really willing to give up what little mobility I have of my neck, or if I'm willing to deal with this pain. So the outcomes with either of these is really not that good. So I am kind of running out of time now. I did let you know a majority of what's going on, at least from that doctor today. I do have several other doctors this week, not relating to my neck at all. As for getting injections in my neck, we are forfeiting that because I am not going to have any relief from it. So I'm not going to go under and risk my issues with anesthesia and all of that stuff for me to get nothing out of it. Because they're injecting stuff into my neck, it just wouldn't help because the problem is too big now. So we could try it, but the chances of it helping don't outweigh the risks of me taking on that procedure. So I have to cancel that. I also have to book 2 different MRIs, a CT scan, and 2 different X-ray imaging things. A lot of people that are in medical know that these things take a lot of time. So it takes up to 10 days, if not 2 weeks, typically for insurance to approve. I have 6 tests that I need done in the next few weeks, and with Christmas next week, it's going to be extremely hard. So I'm laughing because my life is basically booking and calling and booking. So I really don't have anything to update you on based on what we're going to do surgery-wise. There is definitely going to be a surgery happening. It's not a procedure anymore. It's a surgery. We did confirm 2 diagnoses. There are 2 other ones. I just don't know what they're called. We are actually looking into seeing if I have spina bifida or a case of spina bifida, and specifically what type of Klippel-Feil I have, since it has gotten progressively worse. Because these symptoms all got amplified over the summer, we're not sure if a flare-up happened or if all of this happened and I just was tolerating pain fairly well until recently. So I think that's all I have to update you guys on. I did try to take you along. I was not allowed to bring my camera because we were going on the subway and walking in Philly, and it's a brand new camera and it's fairly expensive. So I didn't feel like going through my computer anyway. So I think that's it. I am coping pretty well right now. I'm just trying to get through the week. Come the weekend, it probably will hit me pretty hard. But since I went in expecting the worst, like I think I said in my prior video, it wasn't as big of a shock. It's very upsetting, and I don't really look that upset, but it's kind of because it hasn't hit me yet. So with that, I hope you guys had a little bit better of a Monday than I did. I am at least very, very blessed to know that I have a doctor that is knowledgeable and is really weighing these risks and seeing what surgery is going to benefit me the most. We can't go with the surgery. I don't even know if I said this, and I don't feel like making the video again. We can't go with the surgery. There's 3 different types, if not 4, until we have all of those MRIs, CT scans, and X-rays. So once I get those, I do have an appointment booked as a follow-up with him in January. We can't even book anything until we discuss that. I need to see rheumatology. I need to see genetics again. Those are doctors that deal with my Ehlers-Danlos, because with the surgeries, my neck is still very loosey-goosey because of my muscles in my Ehlers-Danlos. So if you guys want to know more about that, I will post a little bit more of this video, but YouTube, again, with this 15-minute thing is killing me. So I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome week. I will update you more about different doctors later on in the week, and if I find out anything about my neck. With that, thank you for joining me on my fight to freedom.